What's going on in Brazil? Is it the expectation that inflation will not be able to be tamed given sort of what's perceived as a lack of fiscal restraint?
Well, thank you for having me. As you mentioned, it was a very ugly day for Brazilian assets today. And that was all because the government announced its highly anticipated spending cut package, which was about $12 billion of spending cuts through 2026, which includes limits to minimum salary growth and higher taxes for incomes above 50,000 reais. But the big problem, and what caught markets by surprise, is that with that measure to announce the spending cuts, the government also announced a measure to exempt wages of up to 5,000 reais from income tax. The concern is that that measure will water down the fiscal impact of the spending cut package and will also impulsionate even more the inflation expectations, which are already above the target, and it could make it harder the job of the central bank, which is already hiking rates.
Just how big is the budget deficit, and can we see Lula stick to his populist agenda?
The growing deficit has been a major issue for investors for many years now, but since Lula took office in 2022, early 2023, it's been a major concern because he has a very populist agendas and he's always pushing for a lot of social programs, and he likes to commit to his campaign promises over government spending to social issues and to tackle poverty. And that is a little bit of a tricky situation for markets because they are demanding a little bit of austerity from Lula because the budget deficit is growing at high speed. And there are concerns that it will make harder the job for the central bank to continue to hike rates, to control the rising inflation expectations, and it just adds more uncertainty. The real is selling off. So, all of that worsens the outlook for Brazilian assets.
Yeah, so are we going to continue to see the underperformance, especially as you said, we might see more central bank rate hikes?
Yeah, the underperformance, according to many analysts that we spoke today, is set to continue, especially until we see more measures from the government on the spending side. The market wants to see more commitment over its fiscal targets. Just in April, Lula's administration tweaked a key budget target, which paved the way for higher spending. So this continues disappointments that investors have been seeing over and over again, just causes more distrust. And so now it's more of action than promises. They want to see those measures come into action before things get out of control.